rehearsals have been going really well. Everyone's playing really well and getting stuck into our programme. We've got a really meaty programme with big brassy Shostakovich and the lush Rachmaninoff Symphony and the more modern Eric Chisholm piano concerto in the middle. So hopefully it seems like everyone's really enjoying it, and I think people are getting excited about going on tour and seeing China. I think I'm absolutely fascinated to see how they react to the Eric Chisholm piano concerto, because it's got lots of folk melodies all the way through, a lot of Scottish folk music, inspiration from bagpipe music. So that's obviously something that I think will be fascinating for a Chinese audience, and it obviously is quite distinctive that we're a Scottish orchestra going and bringing something from our own country. Being in NYOS for me was the first time I'd ever played in a full-size symphony orchestra, and not only that, it's a large full-size symphony orchestra. You've got 20 first violins, you've got 14 cellos, you've got many more woodwind than usual, and brass. And so you never forget the first time you play in a full rehearsal with NYOS. The sound is overwhelming, and it sends these sort of good vibrations through your whole body. It's very inspiring.
Being in NYOS shapes you as a person as well as a musician, actually. I've seen that in the past few years it's been increasingly important and beneficial to me and what I'm able to then do myself and give back to others. Different experiences socially as well as musically.
Everyone is so excited. We just can't wait. We want to get on the plane right now, but we've got to do a concert first. So for the people of Perth and everyone that's come to see us, but we're just so excited to get on our way.
It is an experience of a lifetime to go and experience somewhere like China. Excitement is in the air, and even in last night's rehearsal, although it was difficult because we just had our China chat before the rehearsal, so everyone I think was still in excitement mode by the time it got to actually trying to play through the Rachmaninoff.
It's been terrific working with them. You can feel how energetic and committed they are. They're working incredibly hard during their intensive rehearsal periods, and they're sounding terrific. So I'm very much looking forward to it all, and I congratulate them.
I think whenever you go on tour somewhere different, the concerts feel different to the kind of concerts that you do a lot when you're a student and when you're in youth orchestras at home, because there's so much more to contend with, and also the sort of rehearsals that you get you might not be rehearsing loads right up to the concert. You might be referring back to rehearsals that you had a week ago or something and doing these pieces again, and every environment feels different and stuff, and so I think it's good practice for you to get into the right performance mindset regardless of whether you're on the other side of the world and whether you understand anything that anyone's saying around you and stuff like that, to be able to sit down and just do it. And I think you don't get a lot of that when you're at music college, and you don't get a lot of that in your sort of smaller scale youth orchestras, but to be able to do a huge international tour like this I think is a really good preparation for if you're thrown into doing it, on your first job, then it's not so scary,
I think travel and sort of intensive travel, and by that I mean not just sort of seeing the sights and following the guidebooks, but actually being involved in sort of, I suppose, Chinese life in a sense, when you're going to a concert hall and presenting something to a Chinese audience. That gives you, I think, a sort of new level of awareness, of insight, and sort of gives you a bit more of a sort of worldly outlook on life. So I think that's, apart from the musical benefits and the excitement of travelling together and seeing far-flung places, I think that's really important. I think music, sort of from a young age, gives you the tools and the ability to listen. And if you can go through life listening and looking around, and really seeing and really hearing, then I don't know, I just think that sets you up really well.